A mind at peace is a mind centered and not focused on harming others, is stronger than any physical force in the universe. All blame is a waste of time. No matter how much fault you find with another, it will not change you. Attachment to being right creates suffering. When you have a choice to be right or to be kind, choose kind and watch your suffering disappear. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. Before speaking, consult your inner truth barometer and resist the temptation to tell people only what they want to hear. Begin to see yourself as a soul with a body rather than a body with a soul. A mind at peace is a mind centered and not focused on harming others, is stronger than any physical force in the universe. Begin with the end in mind. Start with the end outcome and work backwards to make your dream possible. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Embrace silence, since meditation is the only way to truly come to know your source. Enjoying life is far superior to being graded on your performance in life. Friends are God's way of apologizing for your family. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. I would rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. If you knew who walked beside you at all times, on the path that you have chosen, you would never experience fear or doubt again. It is easy to love people when they smell good, but sometimes they slip into the manure of life and smell awful. You must love them just as much when they smell foul. Love is the ability and willingness to allow those that you care for to be what they choose for themselves, without any insistence that they satisfy you. Make peace with the silence and remind yourself that it is in this space that you'll come to remember your spirit. When you're able to transcend an aversion to silence, you'll also transcend many other miseries, and it is in the silence that the remembrance of God will be activated. No one can create negativity or stress within you. Only you can do that by virtue of how you process your world. Passion is a feeling that tells you, this is the right thing to do. Nothing can stand in my way. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. This feeling is so good that it cannot be ignored. I'm going to follow my bliss and act upon this glorious sensation of joy. Peace is the result of retraining your mind to process life as it is, rather than as you think it should be. Remember, the purpose is about giving. All you can do with your life is to give it away in the service of others. The highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about. We are divine enough to ask, and we are important enough to receive. What we think determines what happens to us. So if we want to change our lives, we need to stretch our minds. When the choice is to be right or to be kind, always make the choice that brings peace. When you are able to shift your inner awareness to how you can serve others, and when you can make this the central focus of your life, you will then be in a position to know true miracles in your progress towards prosperity. When you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy each step along the way. When you judge another, you do not define them, you define yourself. When you're at peace with yourself and love yourself, it is virtually impossible to do things to yourself that are destructive. With everything that has happened to you, you can either feel sorry for yourself or treat what has happened as a gift. Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose. You cannot always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on inside. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You just need to be better than you used to be. You have everything you need for complete peace and total happiness right now. Your children will see what you're all about by what you live rather than what you say. Your reputation is in the hands of others. That's what the reputation is. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is your character. Each experience in your life was absolutely necessary in order to have gotten you to the next place, and the next place, up to this very moment. Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose. I am thankful to all those who said no. It's because of them I did it myself. If we focus on what's ugly, we attract more ugliness into our thoughts, and then into our emotions, and ultimately into our lives. It's easy to be a critic, but being a doer requires effort, risk, and change. The more you see yourself as what you'd like to become, and act as if what you want is already there, the more you'll activate those dormant forces that will collaborate to transform your dream into your reality. The state of your life is nothing more than a reflection of the state of your mind. There's no scarcity of opportunity to make a living at what you love. There is only a scarcity of resolve to make it happen. When you're at peace with yourself and love yourself, it is virtually impossible to do things to yourself that are destructive. You are not stuck where you are unless you decide to be. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You just need to be better than you used to be. A mind at peace, a mind centered and not focused on harming others, is stronger than any physical force in the universe. Acceptance means no complaining, and happiness means no complaining about the things over which you can do nothing. Anything you really want, you can attain, if you really go after it. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. Circumstances do not make a man, they reveal him. Conflict cannot survive without your participation. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Everything in the universe has a purpose. Indeed, the invisible intelligence that flows through everything in a purposeful fashion is also flowing through you. Everything is perfect in the universe, even your desire to improve it. Here is an affirmation for today. I feel passionately about my life, and this passion fills me with excitement and energy. If you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. If you believe it won't, you will see obstacles. It's never crowded along the extra mile. Love is cooperation rather than competition. Miracles come in moments. Be ready and willing. Passion is a feeling that tells you, this is the right thing to do. Nothing can stand in my way. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. This feeling is so good that it cannot be ignored. I'm going to follow my bliss and act upon this glorious sensation of joy. Practice on being the kind of person you wish to attract. Present moment living, getting in touch with your now, is at the heart of effective living. When you think about it, there really is no other moment you can live. Now is all there is, and the future is just another present moment. to live when it arrives. There is no stress in the world, only people thinking stressful thoughts. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Upon awakening, let the words "thank you" flow from your lips, for this will remind you to begin your day with gratitude and compassion. We are not human beings in search of a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings immersed in a human experience. When you have the choice between being right and being kind, just choose kind. You are an infinite spiritual being having a temporary human experience. You are in a partnership with all other human beings, not a contest to be judged better than some and worse than others. You'll seldom experience regret for anything that you've done. It is what you haven't done that will torment you. The message, therefore, is clear. Do it. Develop an appreciation for the present moment. Seize every second of your life and savor it. All blame is a waste of time. No matter how much fault you find with another, and regardless of how much you blame him, it will not change you. The only thing blame does is to keep the focus off you when you are looking for external reasons to explain your unhappiness or frustration. You may succeed in making another feel guilty about something by blaming him, but you won't succeed in changing whatever it is about you that is making you unhappy.